What's going on, folks? Welcome back to another episode. We are starting the day off. Well, we're down at the animals here. We're taking care of this. But Llama, we got Llama and Steve. Steve, you guys are hanging out over here. How do you like that? You like being on your own side? So if you guys missed, I don't know what episode it was. Actually, it was a video where I announced that I have COVID-19, which I still have. Basically, we had the donkeys over here on their own and separated. These pigs are really obnoxious, by the way, in case you're curious. So if you ever want pigs, like, they're really annoying. But we opened that gate up because I believe that the donkeys are mature enough, the baby is mature enough, and Felicia's calmed down enough I should just give these animals grain. You guys probably can't even hear what I'm saying. Just 1 second. Here you go, everybody. Calm down. Hey, y'all just need to calm down. Y'all need to calm down. Calm down. Hey, listen, right here, pig. Right there. Calm down. These animals act like they're dying out here. Oh my God. Well, I'll probably just give them the rest of this grain, and then I'll let you guys know what's going on. Look at this. Chaos. Absolute chaos. All right, everything's kind of calmed down a little bit so I can actually talk. I need to go get them some more grain. The bin here is empty, but you can see the donkeys, the little ass right there. She's doing great. She's doing just fine. No issues here. Like I said, we opened the gate, and it just so happened that Llama and Steve came down the hill and are hanging out together. But hey, Millie, leave that turkey alone, buddy. Turkey, I threw some on the ground. Turkey, shit, Millie, you're gonna get your ass kicked by a turkey. Would you guys, oh my, these animals, they're nuts. I fill up like 9 food dishes across all this area to spread them out, and they all just hunker around one and then start freaking out at each other. Anyways, okay, so back to what I was talking about. So Llama and Steve are on this side, but they can get out. They can go out there and then get around, but they just decided they want to hang out. Lucy, nice to Chungus. Chungus did nothing wrong to you, okay? No, oh God, rip. Be nice to Chungus. So Steve and Llama, they're Steve, hey, come here, Steve. I gave you some grain over here, buddy. Steve, come here, Steve. Right, grain, right here, Steve. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't teach it to drink or something. Anyway, so like I mentioned, I do have COVID-19, and I am trying to vlog as much as I possibly can for you guys and giving you guys updates and stuff like that. So to give you guys an update, I feel fine. I'll be honest with you. I still can't taste, still can't smell. And when I say that, like, I mean literally at all. Like, you could give me ketchup and mustard, could not tell you that they were in fact ketchup or mustard or the difference between the two. And I was explaining this to Macy, and I was like, I literally can't taste it. And she's like, but you've got to be able to like have some sense of something. I'm like, no, not at all. And so she's like, what about like alcohol? Like, would you be able to tell? And I'm like, honestly, probably not. So okay, I'm showing you this for educational purposes, okay? It's nothing to do with anything else other than, I mean, I did this for my own personal, like, interest, but I figured I should show you guys just to, like, I guess show you like how serious it is with not being able to smell and taste, like how legit it actually is. So anyways, I grabbed a bottle of Tito's vodka and drank it straight from the bottle, and it's not faked. Like, there's no reason for me to fake this. This was literally not even for this video. It was to send to Pooljet and Banjo, show them that I literally can't taste or smell. I had no reaction. I couldn't tell you if it was water or not. So anyways, I'll roll the clip.
Money, I was asking you, sir, about masks. Well, masks make a big difference. His own head of the CDC said if we just wore masks between now.
So that is basically the extent of not being able to taste or smell, like literally not being able to tell you what is in my mouth at that moment. It's pretty insane, but besides that, I feel fine, folks, okay? And I'm not trying to say that the corona and the COVID-19 thing is like a hoax or anything like that. Like, believe what you want, political or not, it doesn't matter. All my goal is, as far as like talking about it with you guys, is to explain to you what it's like to have it for me, in my personal case, in my personal opinion. What is it like? Because if I was watching my favorite YouTuber and they got it, I would want them to vlog it, so then I kind of know, like, kind of how to relate. Because it's like some of you guys probably don't even know a single human being that has had this. All you see is what's on the news, which is kind of tough to believe at times. And you know, you guys watch me, and I would assume a lot of you guys trust me, and so that's the reason why I'm doing it. I don't want to like sit here and keep making a big deal about it, because it's really, to me, for my case, it's not that big of a deal. Now, I don't want to downplay, because there are people out there dying in this world because of COVID-19. But in my case, I feel fine. So that's pretty much the gist of it. I've got to take care of the rest of these animals. There's really not that many chores to do, but we are going to continue the backyard pond build. Chad, who is the construction guy who's building the dam and doing that, he's down there right now. I believe he's with his dad, so I'm gonna go down there and check on them, see what they're up to, but then I am going to do a little bit of constructing myself. So far, this has not been much of me. It's been basically Chad doing, because I wanted it to be done the right way. I didn't want it to leak or... Lucy, she is obsessed with these quail. She won't stop. Hours. She will spend out. Look at this. She literally will not stop, which is probably a good thing because she's a hunting dog, but it gets kind of annoying at the same time because she just won't be quiet. Hey, Lucy, you're gonna make it. It's gonna be okay. You don't need them. It's not hunting time right now, okay? Anyways, we are gonna be going down to the dam today, and I'm gonna be doing some work, sorry, the pond, not the dam, and we will be doing some filming of Chad and what he's doing, because he's still, basically, I left off episode 2. They pretty much finished the dam. They got the pad area laid out where I'm gonna put the cabin. They built a new road that made basically a loop. So again, if you guys missed episode 1 and 2, you probably should go check it out. Basically, I'm gonna go down there and I am going to try. This is where it gets dicey, especially because I'm by myself. Lucy, that is, what? There is no reason to bark at Chungus. Chungus is literally minding his own business right now. Why? Chungus does not want you right now. Maybe she'll be a good rabbit hunting dog. I was thinking about that. Rabbit season being here. Taking her out. If she finds one or finds a squirrel, she might bark at it in a tree. Anyway, I keep getting sidetracked. I'm sorry. So, the plan is, I'm going to go down there. Oh yeah, it's sketchy because I'm by myself. Because there's a good chance. Lucy, would you calm down, buddy? There's a good chance I'm going to get stuck and mess up. But Chad's down there. Chad said he would help me out and, you know, get me unstuck if I absolutely need to. But since I do have COVID, I'm filming by myself. Pool Jet Banjo's not here. Obviously, with Chad down there, we're keeping our far distance. He's working on equipment up on the dam. I'm going to be down below. So that way, obviously we don't have any issues there. But, so I'm gonna take the mini excavator and I'm gonna take it down to floor level of the pond. Like you're literally, I'm gonna be basically sitting the excavator where the pond is gonna be. But I have to crawl it down the backside of the old dam, which isn't a road of any kind. But I took the four-wheeler out there the other day and I was like, I think I could do it. So I have the chainsaw here and some chains if I need to somehow try to pull myself out. So I'm gonna cut down a new road and a path. Carol, you want to come with me to the pond? Do you not get enough grain? You're hangry, aren't you, Carol? Carol's hangry. Probably should get her some more grain. But, so we're going to walk the excavator down, and I'm going to try to dig the pond. We weren't able to dig much. Chad dug a little bit right in front of the new dam, but it was too wet for that big excavator. So he wasn't able to dig as much as we wanted to. Like, we wanted to, like, dig down, like, 10 feet and then fill it, you know, 7 or 8 feet. So you're talking 17 to 22-ish feet depth of water, but it was too soft. But having the mini, it's a lot lighter. Can't dig as deep, but it's a lot lighter. I think I can get it down there, hopefully not get stuck, and dig as much as I possibly can. Maybe it may not even be like the whole pond, but digging pockets, going inside of a cove and digging a nice big hole, or even building up, taking that dirt that I dig and build it up as a hump, and then maybe later putting some rock or some trees, some stumps, stuff like that. Basically, I'm trying to make it so the pond floor is not just flat. There's going to be some humps and some bumps and divots and stuff like that, some contour. And then the next episode you guys are going to see is going to be adding some structure, building some artificial structure using natural structure like cedar trees that we already had to rip out to build the dam, and kind of just making a nice fish sanctuary. So I know that's a lot of talking, but I wanted to brief you guys on what you guys were going to be expecting in today's vlog. So buckle up, it's about to get interesting. You guys stay tuned. Shoo! I made it down to the construction site. They've got the dozer going, excavators over there. But before I get started, I forgot to mention Beefcake merch, new drop October 20th for you guys that are interested. Hoodies like this, Beefcake Construction LLC. We got the shoe pig hat, bunch of other designs I'll pop up here. So that all will be available on October 20th. And make sure you use promo code FLAIR to get 10% off your purchase. The link will be down below. But I'm gonna go down here, I'm gonna see what they're up to, and then I'll set up a time lapse. That way you guys get to see what they're doing while I'm working too. We get kind of 2 different operations going on at one time, and that way you guys don't feel like you missed out. Oh God, yeah, look at that. Shoo! That's looking good. That dozer's right where we're putting that cabin. We're putting the, well, not up there, but more in between the dozer and the excavator. The cabin's gonna go there. So they're making a nice flat pad for the cabin, and then the pond is just to the right. I'm guessing he's probably about to yank up. There's a bunch of trees that we have down there. He's probably about to go down there and yank those out. So looks like they're just grading that out, making a nice slope. Cabin's gonna go on that flat pad there. Pond's gonna be there. They're doing construction things, as you guys can see, and I'm probably gonna go get a mini excavator stuck and then have to call these guys like I call Jake all the time and get me out. But oh yeah, it looks like he's ripping out some of them trees right there. So anyways, I'm gonna set up a time lapse for you guys to enjoy at some point, and then I'm gonna go jump in the excavator and see if I can hopefully not get stuck and try to dig the pond down so we get some good depth on this thing. Because I want it to be, I mean, ideally you want it to be 15 to 20 foot in like the deepest spot, which we pretty much have that right now, but it's not that big of an area. I want to make a few more deep spots. So you guys stay tuned. We got the excavator. All right, so now here comes the fun part. So here's my makeshift ATV trail. In case you're curious, that's not an ATV. ATVs are designed to go in pretty crazy places. That guy, not so much. And the thing is with the camera, I'm not making excuses. The camera always makes things look flat. Big hills, mountains, steep stuff. It looks less steep than it is. So you guys are probably looking at this going, that's not a big deal. To me, kind of a big deal. I've never taken it down something this steep before, but I think it's doable. I need to clear these trees out though. So basically it's gonna be just coming around here and then shooting straight down, and then that is where the pond is gonna be. You can hear the equipment, they're operating the dams over there. So again, my goal is to get in there and dig as much dirt as I possibly can, get some depth, get some contour, get some humps, basically just design the floor of the pond before it fills up with too much water, because there's already a lot of water in it. We'll get over there and show you, give it a week or so. Where the excavator is now, where you're gonna see today, is probably gonna be underwater. So that's why I'm doing it today, trying to get it done and out of the way as soon as possible. So that being said, let's get to cutting some trees. Let's do this. Well, I might still run over a few, but that's the path. All right, well now comes the hard part, get it down there. Now there's two ways to go about it, okay? You can either have your claw facing forward and use it to catch you, or what I've done in the past, I'll move the claw backwards uphill and use the weight of the boom to keep me from flipping. I'm not sure which one I want to do. One of them, the claw catches you. The other one, if you flip, you're screwed. But the problem with the claw catching you is it's kind of hard to like catch yourself and then crawl without flipping. I don't know, I'll make a game time decision, I think. I think the steepest part is this initial drop. Once I get there, I'm okay. It's this initial drop. So since it's not that far, I might just try to catch myself. I don't know. This will be interesting. Oh, look at him. He's got the excavator over there. He might be trying to flatten that out. That's all rough looking. He's gonna try to smooth that out. Anyways, here goes nothing. Oh God, that was wet. I did it. That was much better than I expected. I'm feeling more comfortable operating this thing. That was the right way to do it. It went very, very smooth. So now I need to mark a path to get down here. So the overflow from that pond is right here. Like there is water right there. And then there's a creek and it goes that way, and then there's another one that shoots that way, I think. So I need to try to avoid the creek as much as possible. Like over here is pretty wet now I'm looking at it. Right here. You don't really want the excavator in that, or back here. That's probably not good either. You don't, yeah, see, I might avoid this whole area. The dry spots though are over here. I need to make sure they're still dry just before I start crawling this thing back. See, where I'm at now, you can see the dam of the pond there. This is dry, so this is right in the middle. So if I wanted to, I could dig a whole channel here. I kind of want to go back and dig out some holes. I want to leave these trees if I can, as much of these bigger trees. Obviously that's just going to give the fish cover, habitat, stuff like that. There's probably some stuff I'll take out, but I'm going to try to leave most of it. But I'll go ahead and show you how much water there's already in the pond here. So right here it starts to get a little soft, not bad, but look at this. This thing's filling up so fast. I don't even know from what. Like it must, I guess that's wet. Oh yeah, that's wet. Look, we have a literal pond right here. Look at that. See that? So this right here in and of itself is probably 7 to 10 feet deep right here. And the water's probably gonna go about halfway up that dam. So you're gonna add another 5, 6, 7, 8 feet, just kind of depending on whereabouts it ends up landing. But the goal is to have at least 15 feet. I think you're probably okay with 12. And the nice thing is that pond up there and this pond has springs. There's springs that feed it, which keep the water a little bit warmer. So you shouldn't have to worry about winter kill as much, but see, he's pushing dirt now. I think he's taking it from the top there. He's putting some topsoil on top of this, so we're gonna be able to plant some grass seed on it and stuff like that. But as you can see, there is a literal pond here. Like there's fish that could live in here. And so it's coming in actually from right here, it looks like. That's your feeder creek. So it's coming in off, it comes down and it feeds right here. So I wanna stay out of this. Don't go in here, because I will sink the excavator. But this high middle ground stuff is actually pretty dry. And I know as soon as I dig down a foot, it'll be wet, but as long as the tracks don't get stuck. So I need to plan out where I want to go. You know, I don't want to just dig like one hole. Ideally, I would go up in that cove, dig some holes and trenches and bumps, few in the middle, few over the, like, just kind of give us some good areas to target to fish. That way, when we go and fish it next spring, hopefully there's fish in here, we'll kind of know where the fish might be hanging out and make it a little bit easier to catch them and kind of manage it that way. Okay, so here's another creek, so we don't want to come over here either. So, all right. Well, see, this is where things get interesting. It's actually more wet than I expected. But like, see this huge cove up here? I mean, that's gonna be a massive cut, but it's too overgrown. So I might end up coming through here. I mean, I can come in here after it fills too and clear some of these trees out. Like these little twigs don't do any good. I wanna leave the big cedars, those are great. Whatever that big ass one is there, leave that. Little ones need to clear out of the way. But I need to figure out if I can get, it's soft. Yeah, like I probably don't really wanna be messing with that. It's, oh, here's some water, okay. See, this is why you scout. Look at that, my excavator would have gotten stuck in 3 seconds right there, boys. I thought it was dry. All right, so nothing over here. So here's the creek. So I got to stay between this creek and that creek. I got to stay pretty much right in the middle. I can't really come on each side, which is kind of bummer. I wanted to like go in that and dig a pocket and stuff, but I mean, there's enough high ground. I mean, I could probably dig one good one here next to this tree, dig out right here and have the fish sit in it. And like I said, once all of the holes in the structures, or once the holes and all the contours are done, then we're gonna put in some structure, PVC, cedar trees, rock, concrete, stuff like that. So I want to start this way and work this way. So that way, if I put a hole there and I come this way, I got to make sure I can get back. So that's probably gonna be my first spot. I'll probably do one in the middle here. Let's venture over here and see if I can pop one on this left side before it gets too, oh, it's wet. All right, might not be able to go over here. So I'm thinking one there, one in the middle, maybe one right here, kind of dig out a channel. I could probably pop another one there, and then maybe one by the dam by that cedar. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. You guys stay tuned. Goes way deeper than I thought. I know you guys can't tell, but that's, oh God, rip. That has got to be, if I was standing down, well, one, I couldn't get out. That's why I'm not gonna get down there. The whole thing is collapsing. I should probably move the excavator before this wall collapses. This excavator's gonna fall in, but that is, yeah, you guys can't see nothing because the shadow. Honestly, that's probably close to 10 to 12 feet. Way deeper than I thought. So this is good because, so as you can see, I dug it next to, I probably dug it a little too close up under that. This eventually might wash out once there's water here, but it is what it is. But I'm putting it next to things I can remember. These trees right here, you flip a jig at the base of it and you're gonna fall into a 12-foot abyss where Big Bertha might be lurking, I don't know. And then we've got big piles of this, and then there's one giant one over there that I'm gonna try to like spread out a little bit. It's nice to have a little bit of humpage. I mean, this one's not bad, that one's kind of big. And then I'm not done with this one, but I do want to back this excavator up before this wall collapses. I didn't realize I was digging so far that way. And I'm gonna probably just try to widen it so it's got the depth. I don't need to go any deeper. I really can't go much deeper, but I'm gonna try to back this up and then just try to pull, you know, make it bigger, make it a big pool right here. So it's not such a, you know, the fish aren't gonna go and then freaking dive to Narnia down there. They're gonna want it to be a little bit more gradual, where I can throw some concrete, some rock, some brush. You know, I'm thinking maybe I can go grab one of the cedar trees, pick it up with the excavator and drop it down there so it's just buried way down there. I mean, this is gonna be a heck of a crappie hole. This excavator is doing way better than I expected. That is deep. That is like, that will make a difference. That is significant. I mean, it's almost probably about as deep as the other ones. Maybe not quite, but I mean, he was telling me that like, he was thinking that hole was like 8 foot. This is at least 10 to 12. But again, you guys can't tell because there's no real perspective here, but the entire arm, that's, I don't know how long that arm is, but that whole arm is extended down up until right there, which, I mean, if I'm standing next to this, just this part of the arm is taller than me. I would say this thing might be 15 feet deep on it. It's right in the middle there, 15 foot. So we've got a lot, which is really good. That's what we wanted. A lot of good stuff. So it looks like Chad just finished up the cabin area, so I'll roll that clip now. So there you have it. He did all that. Now he's on to the next project. So, well, I'm gonna go ahead and take this thing and back it up and start making this hole nice and big. And this is good. So far, so good. Well, folks, took a break and got some lunch, came back, and it looked like Chad was basically, they're just about done. The dam is complete. They are now going to smooth up the side where they basically took all the dirt from to make it, to make the dam. So they're gonna work on that now. I'm gonna keep getting to work here and just keep chugging along. I don't know exactly where I'm gonna build the next one. I'm thinking I could even build one next to this one, so it's kind of like one here with a hump that goes down to another one, that goes up to another hump, that goes like something like that. I think in the middle I'm okay, and then maybe try to make a couple more that way. So far I've got about 1 hour into this one. So, I mean, really not that bad, especially since we were able to get down pretty darn far. I mean, it's already filling in with water a little bit. I don't know if you guys can quite see it around there, but it's already got a few feet of water in it, so it should fill up actually pretty darn quick. But with that being said, I'm gonna get back to work and try to get at least 1, maybe 2, potentially 3 more of these holes done before dark today. And then tomorrow, hopefully gonna come out here and fill this entire area, scatter brush piles and logs, and see if I can get some rock or concrete or find something, some type of hard structure to put in these little pockets and kind of put around the pond in general. So anyways, stay tuned. All right, folks, well, that didn't really take that much longer, but as you can see here, we're getting a little, you know, it's called FLAIR-ish. I get stuck all the time. That's pretty much what I do now. Yeah, see, we're getting dicey here, so I didn't really want to keep messing with this spot too much longer. I kind of wanted to try to move to another spot here before I get stuck, but it's not terrible. Like I said, luckily I've got a claw, I can kind of claw myself out, but here is the hole. I mean, I can kind of walk down. I don't know if I don't want to like sink too far down in the mud. All right, I guess we're going in. Should have just got some bigger boots, but I can kind of show you guys roughly how deep it is. So down to about here, it's probably 5 foot. You can see where the base of the trees are. But that's already got a few feet of water in it. You see that's collapsing under there. I kind of knew that was gonna happen. I dug too close. More than likely, this whole thing is going to fall into this, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. It's not gonna make it nearly as deep because all that dirt's gonna come with it. It's just all gonna kind of settle here. But if all those trees kind of come in here, it's not the end of the world. So, okay, so based off of this, from floor level, not this, right? That right there, that where that water is to that is gonna be like 15-foot difference. But from where the water should be, which, looking at it, I would say this is gonna be 10 to 12 feet, this hole right here. So not a bad hole. I mean, dug quite a bit. Took me like an hour 15, hour 30 or so, so nothing too crazy. But I'm gonna go ahead and try to find another spot to kind of keep working at. I mean, I could sit here and I could dredge this whole thing out, which wouldn't be a bad idea, but I like the idea of having some more confined spot. You know, this is a really cool area. You got 2 high humps here that I could stick some cedar trees in, some PVC structure, some rock that maybe crawfish, bluegills, whatever would use. And then you've got a nice deep cool spot. Maybe crappie would go into it. If we put walleye in it, they could go into it. Big largies. So it's, again, it's called contour. So instead of this being flat, you have up, down, up, big. That's a big hump right there. Nice big ridge. Again, it'd be nice if it was rock, but I don't have the rock. I don't really have the ability to bring the rock in. So we gotta find another spot. One that I won't get stuck. I'm gravitating to here and digging one here, a nice big pocket here, and then maybe one more in the center, and then one close to the dam, and then hightail it out of here before the pond fills. Because like this pond is actively filling. Like right now, as we speak, it's more and more and more. So as soon as that water gets over the ridge, this is all gonna be water, and I don't want the excavator sitting down here when that happens. So, I mean, it's not the driest spot, I can tell you that much, but I mean, it's a little soft. I don't know if I'd get stuck necessarily. But see, like, I would love it to be in this pocket here. Oh, it's soft. It's really soft right here. See this nice pocket? So it'd be cool to have this pocket be even deeper, because you already have the natural contours. So, you know, the fish, we're always gonna be flipping and pitching up under these trees. Like that tree right there, you're gonna be catching fish in there. So I'd like it to be deeper than it is now, but this is a little soft. I don't know. I'm not sure I should trust myself over here. Probably shouldn't. The one thing I do have though, we played paintball down here. If you guys remember, we used boards. There's a toilet seat. There's toilet seats mounted a couple of these trees from paintball. So I could rest the excavator on these boards while I'm actively digging, because that kind of presses down. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't want to get stuck, but I also kind of want to take the risk and get some really cool spots. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. I'd say, since I've got one there, shoot for one here. I can probably get the skid loader. I could probably keep the excavator somewhat close to there and just dig over here, and then maybe pop one more over there, and we should be good to go. All right, you guys just missed a catastrophe. I didn't put the camera on, sorry. Well, I was planning on going over there, and well, as you can see, your boy, they're getting dicey out here. Almost living up to my name of getting freaking stuck all the time. Got stuck here, pulled my way out, moved my way here, and was like, I'll just dig another pocket here. Then all of a sudden got stuck here. I mean, look how, you guys probably can't tell how deep these trenches are, but there's like 2 foot. And yeah, this ground is, I think the pond's filling up as we speak, because it's not nearly as dry as it was when I first got in here earlier. So I don't really know what to do, because I don't want to get stuck. I have been honestly doing pretty good about getting myself out. I wish I would have been able to film it, not having a camera guy. I couldn't really like set out a camera to do it, because I was like not fearing for my life, but kinda making sure I don't get stuck. So I don't know what to do, because like this, I tore all this up, so I don't really want to go back through it. It's kind of like when I got the skid loader stuck. It's like you're good until you try to turn. If you go straight, you're fine. You try to turn, you sink. So I need to try to keep this thing where I can, right now that's what I did, is I turned and I positioned myself to where I can shoot up and out of here, making sure this thing don't get flooded. I don't want to ruin this thing. So I positioned it that way. So what I might do is, since I'm in a position to where I can just get out, try not to move it and just sit where I am, keep it where I am, don't move it, but just dig around me, maybe just a little bit. I mean, it's not gonna be anything like that one, but just dig up what I can, make some mounds here, dig some holes here, and just kind of work my way out. Maybe if I can get to a dry spot over there or right on the corner, I can try digging down. But I don't want to dig down and then get stuck, because it's hard to get it. When you're on top of the grass, it's okay, but when you start digging your way out and stuff like that, it's been dicey. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, luckily I've got the claw. I've been able to kind of pull myself out. Luckily this thing's pretty light, so I'm able to kind of do that. But yeah, I was planning on putting a hole here, and that just ain't happening. I went over there. Remember when I was like, I kind of want to risk it, because yeah, I did. I tried it, and that's what happened. So I think I need to stay in the middle, even though it's soft. I was able to get myself out, so I need to stay along this strip, and I need to dig here, here, there, and there. And I'm just gonna try to dig as much as I possibly can, and then get the heck out of here before I ruin something. I feel like I just enjoy getting in sticky situations here. Hopefully you picked the time I picked it up. Wow, I got buried deep, son. That is like, look, let me step in this hole. That is knee deep, boy. All right, talk about sunk. Chew. Luckily, I'm getting decent at this thing. I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but I finally learned the trick where you use the boom, lift yourself up, and I can sit there and keep the cab in place and rotate the tracks. I can do like a 360. And basically the reason why you want to do that is I was going right this way and I wanted to turn this way, but if you turn your tracks with the full weight, it'll do that. So I learned how to pick myself up and then spin around, and now I can shoot. So I have myself angled right now to get the hell out of here. I want to keep digging. But wow, that one was a doozy. And then, I mean, I've actually gotten it pretty darn deep. I mean, there's like a few spots that aren't that crazy, but I mean, like that thing, I don't know if I can crawl down here without getting, oh God, I'm definitely getting stuck in the mud here. Rep. All right, well, we're going for it. All right, yep, okay. I'm gonna call it good here. I would say this, from the ground level to there is probably 7 to 8 feet. So assuming we'll have at least 3 feet of water here. The water, we're not gonna make it go up on the dam, because that could potentially ruin that dam and make it blow out. We're all gonna die. So we're gonna go up it just the base. We don't, if you have water on each side, it kind of puts strain on it and it's not good. So we're gonna go up a little bit, but basically from here I would expect, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'd have at least 3 feet here. So you're talking a 10-foot hole right here, no problem. And then, like I said, you've got obviously your dirt. I put the dirt here to kind of keep this. There's a nice point here next to this tree, so we know where this one is, right by this tree. And then that's as deep as I could get there. So I don't know, I'm just gonna honestly probably dig my way out. I would have liked to go over there and dig hole. I mean, I would have liked to do a lot of things different. This wasn't exactly ideal. Like, I would like to connect this hole to that hole. That would be money. And I know they make things called shovels, and they're for people unlike myself. I'm lazy, which I could do if I really wanted to connect it. Will it really matter? No, but I figured, you know, fish could swim in here and then they could kind of swim, there'd be like a tunnel, they could swim to the other side, which would be kind of cool. But it is what it is. We got 2 big holes. I mean, this hole's, it's not quite as deep as the other one, but this one's way larger, like a bigger space. This is, I mean, this is getting some really good contour and some good depth and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep working my way out, dig as much as I possibly can right here, and then try to get the excavator out of here before I get myself stuck. Ah, oh, frickin' rip. You gotta be kidding me, Jimmy. This was... Why? How? Por qué? I don't understand, folks. I mean, she is buried. I can't get her out. She's stuck. She is stuck. Unfreaking believable. On the home stretch. I was literally about to pull it up to right here, which that didn't look like that a second ago, and dig out a little trench because this is where the water comes out and I was going to connect it. So that way that pool would fill first and then it would kind of hopscotch all the way up. I mean, it's sunk, boys. Like, them cables are in water right now. Yikes. The good news, the really good news is I'm not back there and I'm right here because I believe it's going to be... It's gonna be tough. I think we could get the big excavator. I think we could get the big excavator here, reach the arm out, and at least attach a chain. But I don't even, dude, it's, when I say stuck, it's, I mean, like the claw physically cannot move the machine forward because it's so high centered, I guess. Like, it's not that there's no traction. If there was no traction, the claw would be able to move it. It should be able to pull itself forward. The problem is it is sunk so low and far down that, like, the bottom cages, like all the contraptions below, it's high centered is how you describe that. It's high centered, basically, to where I don't know how to get this thing out. Why? I was so close. It was on the last hole in the last spot. I was literally gonna move it out of the way and do one last little trench to connect this, and then I was done for the day, and I was gonna retire it and, you know, knock on wood that I wouldn't ever get stuck. And the problem is Chad just left, so he's not gonna be back here, he said, for I think 4 or 5 more days, meaning this is gonna have to stay for 4 or 5 more days, meaning the water situation is probably going to get worse and worse over the next 5 days because, again, the water's coming down here and it's filling this pond up as we speak. Oh man, I wish I had an idea, but I don't really. I mean, look at, goodness, that is buried. Like, I can barely do the turn thing. I'm that buried. I mean, I'm, whoo, when I say stuck, son. I'm really glad it's not back there. If it was back there, I'd be in real big trouble because the big excavator could not walk on this without getting stuck as well, because it's way heavier than this guy. So if this guy's getting stuck, big excavator's definitely getting stuck. Literally, this is dry ground right here. Perfectly dry, like not damp at all. I am right here. I don't know what to do right now, I'll be honest with you guys. I don't really want to leave this here for 5 days waiting for Chad to come back, because what if this fills with water? What if the pond, what if we get, I mean, it's cloudy. What if it rains? We get a big rain. The water starts here. It fills here. Like, you can see water there. I don't want to ruin this thing. I don't want water to get in the cab or the doohickey. And I was doing so good too. I was like, dang man, I'm really getting a hang of this little mini excavator. I ain't gonna get stuck in this thing. I'm crawling my way out, moving my body around and doing all sorts of good stuff, and it just sunk good. I mean, on a good note, I made a really nice hole over here. which I don't know how much water, again, how much is gonna come up there, but if there's 2 or 3 feet there, there's gonna be 8, 9 feet there. Again, nice little hole. Ideally, I would like to have that hole connect to that hole, and to be a one big, huge channel, ideally, instead of these little holes. I know some of you guys are thinking, Flair, what the hell do these 8-foot holes are? What are they gonna do for the fish? Not really much, I'll be honest with you. I mean, I'm trying as hard as I can. I just didn't want it to be flat. I wanted to give some contour. I mean, over here, I tried digging. I mean, this is a big one. So you can see there's at least something going on. It just made it not go flat. That one, I don't know if that's gonna do any good for my country, but I might call Chad and see what Chad's doing, just because I don't want to leave it. And I mean, if we gotta, I don't even know if he's gonna be able to pull it out, because the problem, like, you can't just go straight. I'm sunk. Like, it needs to be picked up and put on the dry ground. Like, I was like, oh, I could drive my pickup down here. I don't have my skid loader, and the skid loader wouldn't be any good here either. You know, I could drag some stuff down and try to winch it out, but I literally don't, like, if the arm of the excavator can't pull itself out, I don't know what's gonna be able to pull it out. Like, it doesn't make sense. I don't know. I'll call Chad and see what he has to say. Freaking rip. Alrighty, folks, I called Chad. He said that he will try to come out tomorrow. He said he's got to fuel up all the equipment anyways, and he's gonna try to drag me out. So with that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. It's the next morning, folks, and guess what? It didn't get any less stuck. Overnight, it is still freaking buried. I mean, look, that's water. That's water it's sitting in. It's literally sitting in water right now. One thing I didn't show you guys is I dug a trench here before I left. That way the water would go, because before this was flat, and so water was kind of going all over the place. I dug a trench so that way the water just goes in it. See, it's filling up right there, and I made it basically a trail. After I shut the camera off, that's what I did. After I realized I don't want to come back and this thing be submerged completely, but there is a ton of water. I mean, that's all water right there. I'm sure that's not good for it. So Chad's here. He's got some chains. He's got an idea. He is going to park his excavator up there instead of bringing it down here, up there, reach the boom out, chain up the blade, because the blade won't really break. You don't want to chain up a boom. Not a good idea, chain up the boom. So chain up the blade and basically just try yanking this thing out, and hopefully the chains don't break. This is where things could get a little bit dangerous, because chain breaks, comes flying back at you, you're dead. So with that being said, I'm gonna set up a camera, and you guys just enjoy the show. Well, we did it, folks. Big shout out to Chad. Saved the day. I mean, that was a buried son of a gun. Look at that. That's the old doozy there, son. He ended up, I know you guys probably couldn't see much past this, but he ended up just dragging me up the whole entire thing, making it quick for me to get out. And so, I mean, yeah. You don't really want to go in those type of places like this. This was just not I knew it wasn't a good idea to begin with, but you know, I'm out here, I'm trying to make do with what I have. Ideally, we would have came in here, been dry, we would have taken the big excavator, dug out a whole bunch of cool path, trenches, humps, whatever. We weren't able to do it, so I was like, I'll sacrifice the mini, and basically what I did. That thing needs a good scrub dub. But again, big shout out to Chad for pulling it out and making it easy. He made it look really easy. That's what happens when you have big equipment. That's the one thing, one life lesson, not that I know a lot about life, but one life lesson. If you've got your own equipment, being that like it's a skid loader, mini excavator, you know, smaller stuff, and you want to go take it in some dangerous spots, I'm not going to tell you not to do it, but when you do it, make sure you've got big papa equipment nearby. Every time I've gotten stuck with my skid loader or the mini, whether it was at the duck pond here, whatever it might be, somebody was always there to rescue me with a big excavator. So that's the one thing. If you're going to take a skid loader or a mini or some type of small bobcat, little bulldozer or something or another, into some sketchy spots. I'm not gonna tell you not to do it, go ahead and do it, but just make sure you've got somebody with a bit larger piece of equipment to get you out, because the old chain up to a pickup truck ain't gonna do it with this type of stuff. So anyways, I wanted to show you guys this. Like I said, I dredged this canal, which I'm glad I did before we actually pulled it out, because I did it last night, but it works good because now it funnels all the water, keeping this a little bit more dry. Now there's still some seep. I think it must be like just, you know, slow seepage from the pond, because it just like this has a ton of water, and I don't really know why it has a bunch of water, but over here has a little bit of water too. But this is where, when we open up the gates up there, which you should see in a couple videos here, we still have some more work to do, but when we open up the gate to fill this pond, it is going to come down here. So I'm glad I got this dredged out so I don't have to come down here by hand and do it. But you can see I made it to where it'll pretty much connect all the way. It goes like here and then over here, and then it runs, and then it goes down here. So at least all the water will collect here first, then it'll go up, it'll spill over and fill up that other hole that I've got, and then the whole thing, I mean, it's going to take a lot of water. I don't know if it's going to get full this fall or not, or, you know, me being optimistic, I was like, oh, we'll fill it this fall and stock it this fall and fish it for ice fishing and spring fishing. I don't know if that's going to happen. We haven't had really any rain for like 2 months out here. So unless we get some big snowstorms or some late fall rains, I'm not super sure, because I don't want to drain the big pond more than probably a foot. But a foot out of that pond would probably put at least 2 feet in this pond, to where I would be standing in at least a foot or two of water, because this pond's significantly smaller. And the reason why you don't want to drain that one is because I don't want to, you know, that pond, the deepest spots are 12 to 15. If you take that 12-foot spot and put it to 10, and then we have a really, really cold winter, you risk fish kill. It's not worth killing off that pond to give this pond a couple feet of water. That doesn't really make much sense, but over time it will fill up. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. We got 1, 2, and 3 holes dug, plus these. I mean, these are little holes. These are, I mean, that's still like a 3-foot hole, 2-foot hole, 4-foot hole. I mean, that's like a 10-foot hole, but like, you know, all of this plus it going up. I mean, where I'm standing here, I think we're predicting only a few feet of water, like 3 or 4 feet. So like realistically, the water's probably only going to be about to the top of there. So this is going to be shallow, but then you're going to have some nice trenches. I think it's better than having solid, flat ground. In my opinion, I think it's better. Could have been a waste of time, and well, at least we didn't break anything. I don't think we broke anything. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Remember, new Beefcake merch drop on October 20th. I'm even wearing the new shoe hoodie, white snow camo, freaking sick. It'll be linked down below if you guys want to go check it out. 10% off using promo code FLAIR, October 20th. Mark it in your calendars. Be there before it gets sold out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.